I understand why you're frustrated. You just got a fresh cut and style about a week ago, and now you feel like you need to make another appointment so you can get your hair done again. But you don't. It's a lot easier than it seems. Let's get into it. Okay, so I just want to start this video off by saying that this is not another pixie cut tutorial. Why? As you can see, it's giving asymmetrical, okay? I have long pieces of hair up here, but the back and the sides are still incredibly short. So this video is going to be useful regardless of what your shortcut looks like, whether it's pixie, whether it's asymmetrical, whether you got a mullet, I don't know. Before we get into washing the hair, I want to quickly go through all the products that I'm using. But before I show you these products, I feel like I need to preface this by saying, don't go by what you see me using. I don't think I've ever said this, but I've had a relaxer since I was in elementary school. I know what my hair texture looks like, but I don't really. The products that I'm about to show you are products that cater to my hair, I believe cater to my hair type, and also help with the fact that my hair is not only relaxed, but it's also colored. You won't necessarily need these products if you aren't relaxed. You won't necessarily need these products if your hair isn't colored. So what I would say is use the products that I'm about to show as a guide. Find what works for your hair, so that your hair will be able to experience consistency, so that your hair will be able to get used to you having a regimen, using the same products every time that you wash your hair. Let's get into it. So starting strong, we have the Keracare Moisturizing Shampoo for color treated hair. If it doesn't have the for color treated hair on there, I'm not using it. Next, we have the Moisturizing Conditioner from Keracare. It's also for color treated hair. I don't know what it is about this formula in comparison to all the other ones. I don't know, I just love it. Next, we have the Narobi Rapid Shine Foaming Lotion. I use this for my mold downs. It's the best foaming lotion I've used this far. Of course, after I mold my hair down, I use the Rapid Styling Strips. You can literally find wrapping strips from anywhere, from any brand. Once my hair is dry, after molding, I go in with the Keracare Curling Wax. Do I necessarily know what this does? No, but my beautician uses it, so of course I use it. She uses it to serve as like a heat protectant, so I just do what she does. I also come behind the curling wax with vitamin E oil, just to say that I put a little bit of oil on my hair. And then of course, I have a Y2 comb for detangling and I guess like styling at the end. I have this brush just because I think it's cute. It's not really necessary. Like I really could use this for everything that I need. And then, of course, when I'm straightening my hair, I need a rat tail comb. The flat iron that I've been using forever is the Terravilix flat iron. I got it from Amazon. It works great. I haven't felt the need to get another one. But I mean, nothing about it is really special. It's just a little baby flat iron. So before I even get into shampooing my hair, of course, we're gonna detangle, comb all the way through, comb the back, comb the sides. So now we're ready to shampoo. Okay, so I'm on my third wash. Why do I wash my hair 3 times? I don't know, you wash your hair like you wash your body, like more than once. I don't know. The first 2 times I wash my hair, I don't feel like I get a good lather. Your hair may not be dirty to the point where you need to wash it 3 times, but I wash my hair every week to week and a half. So by that time, with how oily it is, how dirty it is, it needs 3 washes. And me washing, I'm making sure that a place that I feel like is sometimes forgotten about, the hair behind my ears. The hair behind my ears, and also because of how much product I put on my sideburns, making sure that my sideburns get cleaned as well. All right, now we're gonna go rinse. Okay, so I rinsed my hair out. I immediately put a towel on my head. Check your hair. Check your hair after you wash it. If you can like separate these pieces and you still see like almost like bubbles, or like if it looks like there is still soap in your hair, I used to think it was okay because I'm like, after I condition my hair, no, rinse your hair again. If it still looks like there is soap in your hair, rinse again. Y2 comb. And now I'm just going to comb through my clean hair. I'm not being rough, I promise. I was being rough earlier, but I promise I'm not being rough right now. Start at the ends and then work your way up. And then section, start at the ends. But make sure your comb is like making it all the way through the hair. And then I think this is my last big section. Start the ends, work your way up. And that's it. Now we're all detangled. We're clean and we detangled. All right. If anyone was curious, this is how much shedding we have. Hold on, is it in focus? This is it for real. When it comes to this conditioner, just like everything else, I'm very generous. We're not rationing around here. Do I need a little more? No, that's good. That's good. I have a conditioning cap that I'm going to put on. Is it necessary? My beautician doesn't put a conditioning cap on me. Make sure you get this in your edges, in your kitchen. If you don't already have conditioning caps like on hand, do I think you need to go run to the store and buy them? No. I'm always use them because I have it, but like, I don't think you need it. So I am going to go sit under the dryer for the next 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna go rinse it out and then I'll come back. All right, so this is everyone's favorite part. Not mine, it's not mine, but it's everyone else's. And I'm gonna just detangle one more time. So I'm not saying that you need to use a lot, but it's important that every single hair is covered with your wrapping foam. Now me, I'm very heavy-handed with this. I'm gonna use a lot. I just am. So we're gonna make sure that every single hair is covered. So once I have it worked in to all of my hair, now I'm gonna find my part. Depending on whether you have a pixie, depending on whether you have an asymmetrical cut, child, you may have a part in your pixie. I don't know. If you have a part in your pixie, go on ahead and find your part now. In this mold down process, you're laying the foundation for exactly how you want it to dry. Not only is this gonna make styling your hair easier, but you're gonna have to do a little bit less work. Just an example for this is, let's say I just kind of put my part anywhere and then I laid the foundation. When it's time for me to flat iron my hair, child, my part isn't necessarily gonna be stuck in that area, but if I wanna change it, flat ironing it to lay the way that you want for it to lay is gonna be a little difficult because your hair dried down laying in a certain direction. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I'm going ahead and find my part. If you don't have a part, just ignore this. So I know that my part is very deep. I like a very deep part. Why? I don't know. It's just how I like to wear my hair. I believe that this is where I want it. And I'm gonna try to make it as clean as possible. I think that that's good. Okay, so once I get over here, because I know that like when it's time for me to curl my hair, I'm gonna want a little swoop right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put that swoop in while it's wet. Like I know after I flat iron my hair, I'm gonna want for it to lay just like this. So I'm gonna swoop it just like that. Okay, and then the rest of the hair, I'm just gonna comb straight down because it's not all that important. So I'm coming down the back. Coming in all the way through. Ooh, and this is just like detangling, so you're starting at the bottom and working your way up. Okay. So once I get to this section, it kind of just depends on how I'm feeling. So I'm gonna lay it down first, and then you create, what do you call this? What would you call this? You create little waves, almost like little finger waves, just so that when it dries, it has a little bit of character. It's not just flat. And then we're gonna make sure everything else is good. I believe that it is. Okay, mold down. Okay, mold down. So you need to have a mirror just so that you can check and make sure that everything looks the way that you want it to look. I'm pleased with the way my mold down looks. I'm happy with it. So now I only use 2. If you want more security, use as many as you think you'll need. Because my relaxer, it's not fresh, but it's fresh enough. I don't really have to worry about laying down the top. If I did, I would do one here. If I was more so worried about this area not laying down, I would do one here. I'm only worried about this area and this area only. I'm not really worried about nothing else. Everything else is laying down fine. So I'm gonna take one strip, lay it down in the area that I need to stay, and I'm gonna wrap one side around, make it tight, pull the opposite end, pull the opposite end, create tension, wrap it around. It should be saturated enough to where once you like rub that down, it'll stay. I take one more, just for security. That's it. So let's say I needed my back to lay down a little bit better. I will go on top of this, go down to my back, tie it around. Let's say I needed the top to be a little bit more secure. I will lay it down on the top, wherever area that is, and tie it. Y'all be seeing Miss Tanya doing that to me. Now I'm gonna go sit under the dryer until it's dry. Sometimes it'll take an hour, sometimes it'll take an hour 30. Child, sometimes it takes 2 hours. It really just depends on the day. So I'm gonna go sit under the dryer. I'm gonna make sure that it's dry before I come back. Once I come back, we can get the styling. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Okay, so here's what my mold down is looking like. It's feeling very smooth, very laid down. So I'm going in with the curling wax and the vitamin oil. I'm gonna say like a little drop. That much, tiny bit. Y'all, I've had this curling wax for forever, and this is as much as I've used. I'm probably gonna have this forever. Okay, I get like that much. I scoop like that much. Put it in my hand so we have the oil and the curling wax. Rub it together, and then smooth it down. Just rub it everywhere. And that's it. So I have my flat iron cut on to 356. I always flat iron my hair on 356. I know you're supposed to cut it down when you have bleached or color pieces. I think it's lightened pieces, so like bleach pieces, whatever. But I keep my flat iron the same temperature. If you have real bleach hair, cut your flat iron down. Don't do what I do. Cut your flat iron down. Okay, so what is easiest for me is I start at the top of a section, pin the pieces that I've curled away, go down. So this first section is, I'm gonna say from like here to here. I'm gonna section it off. I'm looking in the viewfinder, so. And then we're gonna curl it. And then because I already had that piece laying a certain way, instead of pinning it away, I'm gonna go ahead and lay it in the way that I just had it laying before I straightened it. Period. And there it should stay. Okay, next piece is in the section. And we're just taking it and bending it. That's it. Flick your wrist a little bit, bend it. Take my clip, move that piece out the way so I can see what I have left. Go down to the next one. Bend it. And then we have this last one. Bend it. With this front section, because I know I want for it to lay a certain way, while it's already hot, I go ahead and just lay it down. I don't do this with any other section on my head, just this first one. That's it. Okay, so next section, we go down and do the same thing. I cannot believe I'm using the viewfinder for this. Just curl, bend it. Ooh. Pin it up. And I know it's not necessary to pin these hairs up after you curl them, but for me, I just want to make sure that I don't flat iron the same pieces of hair twice. That is the one thing I am trying to avoid. I'm holding my own ear down with my thumb. that piece. There we go. All right. And if you see like white residue, it's from the wrapping foam. Okay, so we just move on to the next section. And I feel like until you get comfortable with being able to do this, like, and not being able to see, stop and look at your sections before you flat iron them, just to make sure it's a good amount of hair and that you have all the pieces you need in there. And pin up. And then I just fill for the next one. Oh. And then pin up. And then next section. And just do it down until you get all the way to the bottom. And I think that's it. I'll make sure that I grab these pieces on the, I don't know what you call these little bottom kitchen pieces, just to make sure they got touched with a flat iron. And then, okay, so we got the next section. Just press it and then pin it. Press it. Alright. And then now we're really at our final section for real. As pretty as this was, yeah, it's gotta go. Alright. So I'm gonna pin the rest of this up. Okay. Now when it comes to curling these sections, of course you can give your hair as much curl as you would like for it to have. Me personally, because my hair isn't all that long, yeah, I don't like to bump it a whole lot because I still want it to give swoop without being like too spirally. Now, once my hair gets longer, I'll bend it a little bit more so that it'll have more of a full curl, so that like over the course of the week or a week and a half, like there are curls that it can actually drop, versus me bending my hair like I am, and usually by like day 4 or 5, like my hair is pretty much straight. It's your bestie, it's Miss Westie. And then just like this other side, once I get to my sideburns, I'm gonna curl and I'm gonna go ahead and lay them down so that they know where they're supposed to go from here on out. It's kind of, I think I need to cut them. The rest, I'm gonna comb through it. All right, let's keep it moving. I get excited, I'm sorry. All right. So I'm gonna start off by combing everything out, just to make sure I like the way it looks. Of course, I like the way it feels. Feels great. Wow, I'm experiencing a lot of shedding, and that is not normal for me. This color up here at the front is tired, okay? I'm gonna comb all around, and then I'm gonna go with my bristle brush, and I'm just gonna make sure that everything is combed to the right place. See, I'm not gonna do edge control, but if I did, I would typically just put a little here, here, and then I would just comb it down with my bristle brush, and I would let that be that. So this is literally it. This is the final look, period. To go to bed, this is how I go to sleep. I comb my hair, and the way that I want it to flatten out. So what I mean by this is how I have like this S shape. I'm going to brush my hair so that that stays like that. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So I just brush my hair to have that S. Everywhere else, I brush out and flatten out with my hands. Everything else, and I brush through everything. So this is how it ends up. Ooh. So this is how it ends up looking once I brush it out. This is a dirty scarf. Ugh. I take my satin scarf and then, yes, I put it over my eyebrows. Crisscross in the back. Bring it back around to the front. And this is how I walk around. If you're using a shower cap in the shower, you're probably making your hair much oilier sooner than it has to be because of the steam in the shower. What's this called? A turby twist? Turby twist. Hop in the shower. Hop out the shower. Take it off. If you can feel that you've sweated a little, leave it on until it feels like you're dry. Put on your lotion, your deodorant, put on your clothes, then take it off. I'm really bad at responding to my comments because I kind of just post and then I walk away for forever. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We're gonna improve. We're gonna do much better this time around. If you made it to this video, thank you. I love y'all so much. I love my little short hair community. And yeah, I'll see y'all in my next one.